It's like everything I make is completely me. Not that I have a problem with people using fabricators, but for the type of works I'm making, I think that's really important. What sort of drew me and continues to sort of draw me to making sculpture is the sort of physical act of putting two things together in the same space that like our bodies take up. It's like it's kind of a funny thing. I mean, I decided to show this piece, the chair and the wheel, because I think for me it almost like the chair is this quite beautiful sculptural problem. You know, it's like it's the position of one body on top of another, or in relation to something else, and I rarely design anything and make it. To start with, it's like it has to be intuitive, and that's a lot why drawing is important to me. It's not drawing for design; it's drawing for sort of freedom, or just for making a physical mark quickly that you can't, or you can't really do with sculpture. In terms of like a moment of creation, with drawing, it's instant. They're only finished when it feels like they're finished. I don't really have a regular routine as such, but I do spend a lot of time in the studio, even if there might be a week where nothing gets made, or there's no idea there that's sort of to then carry forth and work on, because of where inspiration comes from. It's like you don't know what your day-to-day will be. Living and working in London it's great, because it's one of those cities where you can get anything material-wise or sort of tool-wise very easily. But the other side of that is obviously it's super expensive to sort of have your own workshop, or I mean it's expensive anywhere, but like trying to do it in London and having access, or easy access to a sort of workshop is tricky. So I'm fairly sort of self-sustained with what I have, but there are times where you just need these particular tools, and that's the job they're designed for. The work I'd sort of previously been making, I've been using a lot of sort of general building materials, everything. I mean, the dimensions of like a 8x4 sheet or 2" by 4" piece of timber became incredibly sort of regular to me, and eventually not very interesting. And so, I mean, I do work a lot with wood. It's a very kind of unique material in that it just kind of, it does what it wants to do as well. It will crack, it will bend, it will split, and I find that kind of quite fascinating, really. Yeah, every piece of wood behaves in a slightly different way, and that really brings a personality to kind of sculpture making, I think. I have started to use steel and concrete and things like that. But I think, I don't know, there's just something about the surface in these wooden sort of products that all these hardwoods just behave in such that are in a unique way, in each tree the same thing. I just love being able to try and manipulate something that doesn't really want to do what it's supposed to do, or what I want it to do. When I'm sort of looking for the right material in terms of a particular piece of wood or something, that might just come out of sort of finding a tree that's like too close to the road, is ready to be felled, so that will come down. I may not use it straight away, but it's also through talking to a lot of people, you find suppliers that way, and everyone's got their own sort of person they go and see, and specialist in something. So you just need to meet enough people and you'll find anything you want, I suppose.